Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be about, I guess it's going to be like a story time video slash inspirational video slash like chit chat of how and why I became so in love and how I actually got my Holy Grail handbag, and that is the Chanel Jumbo Classic Flap. That's the double flap. And I absolutely love this bag. And for those who have not followed, who are new to my channel, who have not followed me for a very long time or is just tuning in, I've always had a fascination and love for Chanel, specifically this handbag. And for those who do not like these types of videos, this video is just going to be about me explaining why I love this handbag and how I got it. And it's not a bragging video. This is just more of like an inspirational video for those who, are trying to save up for their Holy Grail handbag or Holy Grail car or Holy Grail house or whatnot, because it really does take a lot of patience and a lot of like emotional, like, I don't know, adventure to actually get what you want. And it's not just of materialistic things, it can also be about like just life things in general. So a little history of why I decided, of how I fell in love with the brand Chanel. So Chanel, to me, I always knew as a perfume brand or perfume designer, because my mom had Chanel and she would always wear Chanel number 5 every day at work, almost every day at work, and even weekends sometimes, or even when we would go to like family parties, she would always wear it. And as a kid, you always think your mom is like super like beautiful, and they're basically your role model as you grow up. And I do owe it to my mom for introducing me to Chanel. I really really love the brand and the just a whole history behind it as well. But I didn't really know so much about Chanel's history as a kid. I just knew it as a perfume brand or company. And so I would always like ask my mom like what like why she smells so pretty. And she would tell me it's Chanel number 5, and she would show me like the perfume that was on her vanity, and it was just beautiful. It was basically how cartoons kind of draw makeup and perfume. That's how like I thought of that perfume bottle. It was super pretty, super girly, something I could really kind of connect with, because I saw it in cartoons a lot as a kid. And the scent wasn't really for me, but I could really really appreciate the elegance of that perfume. And so yeah, and as I got older, I became more aware of Chanel. And as a 13, 14-year old, you can't expect to purchase these types of luxury things at such a young age, unless like your parents buy it for you. But my parents would weren't always so much into design materialistic things. It was more like usable materialistic things that you could get out of to use in life, that were more like necessities, I guess you could say. But anyway, so when I found out a little bit more about Chanel when I was like 13, 14 years old, I really liked the brand. I fell in love with it more. And but I wasn't always conscious about the brand, because I was more like a tomboy, so I wasn't really into designer stuff until like 3-4 years ago, or maybe even earlier than that. But I always had just in general for art and design, I always had a passion and appreciation for design and art. And I am in the design and art community, and I really really respect it. It's such a I just really really liked Chanel so much for emphasizing the beauty of art and design and stuff like that. So I studied a little bit more in design up until like college and stuff like that, and I never went into fashion design, but I did go into interior design, and interior design is kind of like parallel with the fashion world because there's very high end furniture, very beautiful high end furniture like the Le Corbusier um, chaise lounge chair and the tulip chair and the Barcelona chair. Like those are like designer shoes. Those are like the Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Hermes type of furniture. And then there's also like architects and design, renovations and stuff like that. So there's that aspect. So that's kind of like how I think of how my field and fashion kind of like intertwine together. And also in the interior design business, you do have to look a little bit more presentable. And I'm not saying you have designer luxury brands make you look more, professional and stuff like that. But if it just comes part and parcel with the design world. I mean, luxury will fall into almost everything, and I wanted to have nicer things. I wanted to have like I wanted to represent myself as like a real mature, fun type of person. I don't know how else to describe it, but that's what I wanted to prevail. But um, I I knew I wanted a Chanel bag just for me and not to show off, and because I hardly ever do bring this handbag out. If you go on my Instagram, I don't bring or photograph this bag too much because, and I'll show it to you again here. I don't do that too much because I want to keep its integrity for myself. I have a little bit more of appreciation for this bag than any other handbag in my collection. So, I dreamt on about being a little bit more, well, not a little bit, but more successful in my career as from college until like I graduated, until I got my first job and stuff like that, and worked my way up to get to where I'm at now. So I always had like a mindset, and what I actually did, from what I remember, and this is kind of like a weird psychological thing. I don't know. This might be a coincidence or something, but I remember I made a vision board, on my laptop, and so I photoshopped and worded out what I wanted and what my life goals were and all that, and like to have a boyfriend, to have a really nice, like a comfortable, great job, more travel, and like to do more travel around the world and stuff like that. And just have fun health wise and be healthy and stuff like that. And funny enough, is my laptop came, it just like died. And luckily, my laptop was under warranty. So I sent it in for warranty. And unfortunately, like I had to get a new computer, because the mechanisms inside the computer were totally dead, and luckily it was under warranty, so I got a new computer, so everything was new and fresh and everything. And then I just, as years went on in college and into even up to now, I'm still kind of seeing what I had put on my vision board. Um, and because that was like that vision board was lost, I couldn't save anything because the whole computer was trashed. So and I believe, and this is just my own thinking, that because I made that vision board, it was sent off into the world, um, you know digitally, I guess, or whatever. And the next year or so, I had a boyfriend, I graduated, and I had a lot of great job prospects and opportunities. And just recently this year, in April, I went and traveled, first time ever, to Asia. And I've never been to Asia. I've always been in North America, but now I can say that I've really traveled some part of the world. And I really, really enjoyed that, and I believe that I am still witnessing that stuff I had on my vision board till now. And I'm really, really great. And I made that vision board like, I guess like 5-6 years ago or something like that. And I'm super happy that like it came true. Like for some reason, it just came back to me, and I feel very fortunate for that. And I'm still, vision boarding and all that, and I'm just super happy. And I never thought that with all those accomplishments that I would also get my Chanel Jumbo Classic flap with me, because I got this more as like a reward for all the hard work that I've done, and for all the, just as like a big thank you to myself. That is why I purchased this bag. It was a big, big, big thank you to myself. And this bag is only like a year and a bit old, coming up to 2 years. And I am just super happy with it. There's never a day or never another handbag that I see that trumps this one. I can really, and I won't go into this a lot, but Hermes is beautiful. They make beautiful handbags. The Birkin and Kelly is, pronounced in the fashion world as like the life goal for like all handbag connoisseurs and stuff like that. But really, for me, the Chanel Classic Flap is really my goal, my accomplishment for myself. And I don't think any other handbag can, kept saving up, even into college and stuff like that. In a couple years, when I graduated, I also, saved up and stuff too. But I did get caught off guard with my like Louis Vuitton handbags that you see in my previous videos, and shoes and other types of like designer things, because at the time I never thought I would get this handbag, but I saw an opportunity where I could, and there was like some financial things I had to work out, like save, and I calculate how many times I had to save up and all that stuff, and it finally like came to me. Like, I remember I wanted a classic flap. I was tired of purchasing all these other handbags, but never reaching to my goal, for my collection. So I at the time I really, really did not want to spend $6,000 on a handbag. So I decided, they have the mini sizes. They're like half the price, so why not just get that? And I'll be happy with that. But at the time, all the Chanel stores did not have the mini bags, the mini classic flaps. So, but the Yorkdale location did have like a very, very miniature one available. So I purchased that, and you probably did see it in one of my very old videos. I think it was like the first like 5 videos I made in this channel. It was like a handbag haul, but really, I ended up returning it because it was just too tiny. It was too tiny for my taste, and I couldn't anymore. So I decided to exchange it. And in Canada, you cannot return anything from Chanel. It's only an exchange. So I had exchanged for a gift card, and then I used that to purchase like another wallet, but that didn't work out. So I exchanged it for a gift card again. And then I waited a little bit, and then I remember I talked to people on Instagram, because I was always like looking at other people's Instagram and getting like inspiration kind of photos, and I stumbled upon Sam. For those who don't know, her Instagram and YouTube name is SnapeHBP, and I actually introduced myself. I commented on her photos and introduced myself because she had a medium large at the time, and I asked her a few questions about her handbag, and she was super, super nice about it, and we still talk to this day. And I really, because of what she had to say about her handbag, I really fell more in love with the classic flap even more. And then I started like following and you know, really watching more in-depth videos about the classic flap for like a good like month or so, and then a month passed, and I called up my Chanel's all around the city, and only 2 locations had the jumbo classic flaps, and it was at the Holt Renfrew, Bloor Street, and the just the single standalone boutique store on Bloor Street as well. So it was kind of weird because they're like both in the same vicinity and walkable distances, and I was looking for one, and they both had like a lot of jumbos. The Holt Renfrew Bloor only had one, so I bought that one from them first, but then I noticed that there was a flaw in the clasp, and I think mine was like a return, so I returned it for a gift card, and then the next day I went to the standalone boutique, and they had like 3 left in store. So I looked and checked, and I got the right one for me, the perfect one, which is this one here. So this one here it did make the cut. It was perfect. I loved it to bits. And for that first month, I just could not believe what I got. I did not purchase a handbag, I think, from March until May. So that was like the longest that I've stopped buying a handbag. And I was just super happy. I was so content. And I remember after I got this bag, because you know how the cycle is. Once you get something, you look for more at the end of the day. And I was like going on to Louis Vuitton and all these other handbag brands, and I was just not loving it because the Chanel Jumbo here was my holy grail. I could not believe that this came to me, and I was just super happy. So that's really my story about this bag. I do use this bag from time to time, just not that often, because at the end of the day, it's a little bit flashy for me, but it's just the right amount of flashy. But there are some settings where I go into, like, say for work, that's just not so much appropriate for a, you know, such a high priced luxury handbag. So I really love this handbag. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please let me know in the comments below if you have a Chanel flat bag or your Holy Grail handbag. It can be of any brand. How you got it, like what was your whole history behind getting it, and what you love so much about it. And because this bag really does hold a story for myself. I don't know if this story was helpful in any way, but I hope it was, because, you know, purchasing your Holy Grail handbag that you've dreamed of forever seems like it will never happen, but it will. You just have to keep your mindset. I've been dreaming about this handbag for like until I got it for like about 8 years or so, and I just am so in love with it. I can't believe that I have this, and even till this day, I'm still thinking to myself, oh, I don't like the other handbags. I don't think all the other handbags match to this handbag's caliber. You know, I'm very content, and yeah, so that is my video for you guys. I'll let you guys see her again before I end this video. I really love this handbag so much. It's my holy grail. It is the handbag that I will never ever sell, and if you know, God forbid, if there was a fire in my house, this would be the first handbag I would grab in my whole entire collection. So thank you for watching, guys. I'm sorry that this is a very long video, but I hope you guys have a great day or night. If you want to see more photos of this handbag, of how I use it, what I pack in it, please follow me on Instagram, Catherine is a cat. I'll put my Instagram account down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.